Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Logitech G Play to Win 2022, organized by Logitech G and proudly hosted by Gamer.LK. You are joining us today for match numbers 3 and 4. So we started Division A yesterday. We had we had one amazing match and a walkover for our first match as well. So accordingly, yesterday, passing forward into the semis were with Masters from Noob Alliance as well as Union Gaming. So today we have match number 3 and match number 4. And to start things off, it's going to be Wolfgang Mistwalkers versus Exalted Demons for match number 3. So to start things off, we have already begun the ban, or rather we've finished the map veto. So as the game is loading, let me slowly take you through the maps that we have for today. So the pick coming in from Mistwalkers was, of course, Haven, and it's going to be Exalted Demons starting on the defense. Map number 2, the pick coming in from Exalted Demons was quite interestingly Fracture, a match which we have not seen in Division A or Division B so far, and the decider map, if it goes all the way, will be Bind. So we've got 3 interesting maps, 2 maps that we have seen before, and Fracture coming in as the second map, which will also be quite interesting. So it's only going to be me for this first 2 matches, or rather the first 2 maps for tonight. So please do bear with me. But we now begin. The first map is going to be Exalted Demons on the defense, and on the attack it will be Wolfgang Esports. Quite interestingly, looking at the lineups, it's more of a mirror image. We've got the Omen on both sides. We've got the Sova to complement the Sky, but interesting, it's going to be WG with the Neon instead of a Jet for this attack. And starting things off strong, it's going to be a rush into the C side, and it's going to be, once again, Athena good for 2 kills with the Ghost in hand, already getting a lot of space, and the spike will go down in C. It's going to be a tough retake here coming in from the side of Exalted Demons. They only have the Sky utility to work with, and Krishan also with the blinds. Will be spotting one player, but it does not connect to the kill. Spots a second. The Classic not doing enough damage, and quickly will get taken down, and Vortex left alone in a 1v4. And Athena once again coming in behind, quite strong, a really good start for them. And Athena already looking quite comfortable there in Haven. So a good round to start things off. And it's going to be the Spectres and the full shields now in hand of Mistwalker. So since we do have a few seconds of calm, let's take a look at what the agent composition is like for the first map. So as I said before, it's more or less of a mirror image. We've got the breach coming in from both sides. I think it's actually the first time that we're seeing the breach on either side. But then again, combining that with the Omen and the Chamber. And the only difference is going to be in the Sky, the Sova, as well as the 2 duelists. But Athena already looking quite comfortable on the Neon. You know, covering space, gaining the ground, and making room and space for his team to come into sight. So we'll have to see how it goes in the long game and how things will look as it progresses. But as we are about to begin round number 2, I believe we'll be going on into a small tech pause. So please bear with us until we get things sorted out. But since we do have a few seconds of calm, let me introduce you once again to the amazing sponsors of this event, Logitech G. But as I say that, we now move back into round number 2. Once again, it's going to be a C-centered push coming in from the side of WG. Once again, Athena just dashing into sight will cover a lot of ground. The recon making sure that no one is hiding in sight as well. And it's going to be a retake coming in from the side of Exalted Demons. The better guns in the hands of WG, so it's going to be, it has to be well thought from their side. But as I say that, Phantom is lining up 3 players from Garage, will be good for 3 kills already. And already it's going to be a 5v2, but scratch that, the flashes come in perfect timing. Phantom good for a 4th kill, and Athena will clean things up. See, this is what we meant. The utility just coming in perfect. I think that was Tipsy who had, yeah, indeed, Tipsy with the flashes and the Phantom just peeking off that was good for the 4th kill. And yeah, looking strong. Exalted Demons trying to go for the retake in both those rounds did not work in their favor. I mean, of course, that was the save round coming in from them, so this is going to be the first rifle buy, which will be integral to maintain the economy. So let's see how things go. But already we've got 2 players focusing for the seaside defense, where the attack will once again come in. Vez will get concussed, will get reconned as well. Vortex with the flashes, and finally takes down Athena. But the recons come in. He will use a Trailblazer to try and scout things off, but he is in a tough situation. There are 2 defenders behind Sight and Mistwalkers in a bit of trouble. But once again, Tipsy will take 1 kill. Phantom with the flick, or rather turning around, will be good for a second, but no Exalted Demons. Coming back from CT will pick things back up. Quite a chaotic entry, or rather chaotic gunfights going on in C there. Refrags going to both sides, but in the end, it's going to be baseplate skill to secure the victory for Exalted Demons. But it is quite a costly victory though, because 3 players did fall, which means that they will be quite low on economy or credits. And as we take a look at it, yes indeed, it's going to be a judge though in the hands of Vortex. I mean, Vortex was the first player I believe to die in those previous rounds, given the fact that he was the player who was playing in C. So yeah, he decides to, I mean, he is forced to take the judge as he is low on creds to buy proper rifle. But it might be the right call, and I believe he is playing in garage, so it makes sense that with the gun that he has, it is going to be the garage that he will be holding on to. But so far, what we've seen is a C-focused attack coming in from WG. Quite interesting, because normally what we see is always, you know, an A push, which is what we see to start the game off in a map like Haven. But yeah, switching things up, and the 2 rounds were successful, so there's nothing we can say about that. And a perfect 3rd round coming in. I mean, I wouldn't say perfect, but a good 3rd round coming in from the side of Exalted Demons as well. And once again, we wait a few more seconds as all of these kinks get sorted out, all of these technical pauses that we have to deal with when it comes to a game of Valorant like this. Yeah, looking at the scoreline, Phantom went quite strong there on the 2nd round and had a nice 180 in the 3rd round as well, and sitting top of the leaderboard from the side of WG so far.
Blinded.
Once again, it's going to be a C push. Athena just using all her utilities, making a free entry into side, but no, actually, it's going to be a rotator. It's going to be a bait and switch coming in from their side, and the smoke's going in from the side of Exalted Demons. I think they are aware of what is going on, but no, actually, it's only 1 defender in the site of A, which is going to be Krishan. He does have the utility to try and slow the attack, but he actually misses the recon. So it's going to be a tough situation for him, but no, Krishan will be good for 1 kill. A botched entry here from the side of Mistwalkers as kills will start falling, but Phantom once again good for 1 kill, and Tipsy a kill of his own. I think they have unaware that Vez is still inside. He might be unchecked, but he will play it smart, just waiting until the sky comes close enough. The aftershock will slow things down a little bit. Quite a smart TP of a fake coming in from him, and Tipsy Daddy will peek across that, and it's going to be a 1v2. The Omen, Phantom quite low on HP. 1 stray bullet should be enough to end his life, but a Spectre in hand, a 1v2, and time is not in his favor. Vortex will have quite a tough time in the retake. And there we go. The clock runs out, and Vortex will have to... Never mind. I thought he would retrieve the gun, but in the end, the clock was not in his favor, and he will die in the end. It's going to be 3-1 in favor of Mistwalkers.
Right there. Right there.
So far, looking quite strong on the entries. And yeah, the kills falling in even before this fight goes down. which is not in the best interest of Exalted Demons. Oh, but look at this once again to start things off. It's going to be Tipsy Daddy on the refrag, but Athena is still taken down. Oh, checking the wrong side there. The Rolling Thunder comes in, concusses Vortex, but Tipsy Daddy is looking at the wrong side. But finally, Castile will be there for the refrag. So it's going to be a 3v2 on this post plant, as Genji will take down Vez in mid as well. Base plate though, coming in behind with the classic, mind you. Should be good for the right click. Yes, indeed. That's going to be rifle recovered, and it's going to be a 2v2. But they have to deal with the recons in the hands of Castile. I believe he has shock darts. Yes, indeed. And yeah, there you go. The one-ways coming in from Phantom will also make things quite tricky. But the aftershock, perfect position, but Castile peeking wide is good for that kill. It's going to be a 1v1. And once again, Krishan low on HP, but will use the Rolling Thunder, or the aftershock. But Phantom will dodge it, and Krishan, quite low on HP, will finally get taken down. See, when you're defending, and it's not only the players left alive that you need to worry about, it's also the clock, which is always against you in a post-plant situation for the defenders. And, well, you know, Mistwalker's just quite perfect in those post-plants, not going for those unnecessary peaks, waiting for the defenders to push them, playing the time, because it is in their favor after all, and a textbook round coming in from them on that post-plant. But this time it's going to be an A push. Athena coming close, puts base plate, and base plate will be good for the kill. The smokes will cover his fallback, as he will be happy with that one kill, and going towards the regrowth from Vortex to heal himself back up to 100 HP. The Seekers come in, scouting the fact that the players are indeed on a long, and it's going to be a full stack coming in from Exalted Demons to hold onto that site. There is a lot of time left, and Genji good for one. Hunter's Shuri also available, and Genji once again good for a second kill. And just like that, the tables turn. It's going to be Genji making the way into the site, and the spike should go down without any problems. Vez trying to shoot the player playing in hell is not successful, and the spike finally gets taken down. Castile, meanwhile, pushing quite aggressive, will take down Vortex as well, and it will be a 4v2. Vez should spot these kills, but finally TPing back, and Castile will be taking that kill. And once again, are they left alone? Are they actually good for 2 kills? But the flashes coming in should make his life a misery. The paranoia will blind him as well. And running and gunning Tipsy Daddy, looking quite tipsy there, but will finally take the kill. 5-1 in favor of Mistwalkers, looking really strong. But yeah, Gunshi actually going quite huge. Athena got taken down quite early by baseplate, but Genshi just picking things up, picking up those pieces, and entering into sight. I mean, after all, you would say Chamber is more or less a duelist, given the utility that you have. You have the TPs to get back out of sight, and you have the trademark to boot as well. And the Genshi playing his role perfectly. And it's going to be once again a save round coming in, and the tour de force in the hands of Genshi will start things off, taking down the breach. And look at this, the Hunter's Fury doing a lot of damage. Vortex was barely on a sliver of HP and will finally get taken down. Phantom, meanwhile, will take down base plate. It's going to be the 2 players left alone inside of Garage, but look at that, Adi with the judge in hand will take him down. But the attackers should have all the info that the defenders, the remaining 2 players, are indeed inside of Garage. And the spike is yet to go down, slowly making its way towards the C site. Yes, it will. And I believe they only had a judge and a shorty in hand. Not the ideal weapons to contest these angles in C long.
Spike planted.
So they might just get pinched here, and yeah, Phantom in B site as well will be good for 1 kill. And it's going to be Adi versus the world. Only a judge to work with.
Shadows.
Yeah, look at that. Once again, Athena just peeking through the fault line will get the final kill. Adi will be put out of his misery. Mistworkers are surely running away with this game at the moment. The side of Exalted Demons will need to pull something out of their books to make this work. Momentum massively in favor of WG right now, and Vez finally deciding to bring out the up, which might be what they need to, hold on to these long angles, try to cut down this aggression. But as they say that, it's going to be a B push coming in from them already. Athena just rushes into sight and already good to take the spike down. The blinded light does come in, but he does not care. Adi, meanwhile, will be good for 2 kills actually, but Athena with a kill of his own. It's going to be a 5v4 as Adi keeps on top, but Athena will immediately spot this and take him out. Bez, meanwhile, putting the op to good use, and it's going to be Athena with her ult with the 1 kill in a 1v2, but no Genji. Gets blinded and will get taken out. Once again, a really quick round coming in from the side of Mr. Orcus to start things off. I believe the spike was, down within the first 10 seconds of the round. Athena just rushing in, getting the spike down, but in the end, the refrag's just not in their favor, and Exalted Demons will make the scoreline 6-2. We head on into round number 9. Once again, Krishan inside of B. Team Utility is quite on early as he gets spotted and pressured as well. The smokes come in once again, signaling this B push. But meanwhile, Vez, the open hand, playing in a long will be good for 1. But Phantom, meanwhile, taking control of Garage. It's going to be Vortex trying to fight this off. The counter flashes come in, but once again, it's going to be Athena who pushes it aside, concussing Vortex. Yes, indeed, Tipsy Daddy will be good for the kill, but Wes once again has already made his way into CT, but nice shot there from Phantom to take down Baseplate.
Spike planted.
It's going to be quite a tough retake, especially with the Phantom in hand. Wes might try to save that, but they do need a few more rounds in the book, so not the best round to actually save those weapons. But yeah, it does look like they will be saving the op and the Wandle. Phantom pushing quite aggressively, trying to make sure they do not escape with those guns intact. And I believe the smoke should clear off. But no, Krishan decides to fall back. The question is, does Phantom hunt him down? Yes, he does. Phantom gets damaged, and finally Tipsy Daddy will take him down. It's going to be Vez saving the op on a main. The pushes coming in from WG have been quite hard to read so far. I mean, when you look at how they play, looking at the rounds that we've seen so far, they are quite aggressive, quite fast-paced. Much like yesterday where UT was setting the pace of the game, it's WG just controlling how the game is played so far. But the quite interesting thing is that they can also play quite slow, just cut sound, be passive, and which completely throws XD off guard, because as soon as they do not hear the attackers on the site, they assume that Mistwalkers is somewhere else. I mean, given the fact that they've been playing on most rounds, that is to be expected. But once again, Baseplate, the shorty in hand, will get spotted, and Athena, with the Phantom in hand, will take down Baseplate. Not the best of games for him, but it's going to be Adi, meanwhile, the judge in hand, having better luck, but the fault line comes in. Adi forced to clear out with taking a bit of damage here.
Cover going out.
So as soon as they heard the attack coming into the A site, the players, the defenders stacked in. But now once again, as sound gets cut, they go back to their basic positions. But it's going to be Castiel just lurking inside of A short, inside of sewers, good for that kill, as the breach tries to push in. So once again, Exalted Demons are left confused of where the attack should be coming to, but look at this, Vez. The perfect player in the perfect position with the perfect gun in hand to catch these players off guard. And yes, indeed, but no. They are aware that Wes is here, and they should know that it is the tour de force in hand. But the Rolling Thunder should be what they need to make their way into sight, and yes, indeed, Phantom will finally take him down. A 3v2 as the spike gets taken, or rather gets planted. And Vortex once again at the open hand, not the ideal weapon for this retake.
One enemy remaining.
Well, the charge in hand, not what was needed, and Vortex once again saving the up. I mean, when the scoreline is 7-2, and rather scratch that, make it now an 8-2, saving a weapon is not what you should be trying to do, given the fact that you know, the scoreline is already so far ahead. Mistwalkers seem to be running away with the game, and the op just weighing things down at the moment. Wes did get a few kills, but not enough to, you know, change the tide and change, you know, bring the game in their favor. But with 2 more rounds left, it's going to be once again a broken buy coming in from the side of XD. Not enough credits to buy, but they will, I think, force this round. Yes, indeed. They will force those rifles and those half shields, which means that if they do lose this, it's going to be quite a broken buy for the next round as well. But meanwhile, it's going to be an A push, focusing in from the side of Mistwalkers. Blazeblade once again is going to be the first point of contention. And spots Athena, but no, botches the dash and dashes into them. Quite unlucky there for Blazeblade. And Athena will just put him out of his misery. But look at this once again. They were good for that first kill, and as the defenders stack in, they decide to rotate. And Genshi in mid will get spotted from the trademark. That is the defenders made aware. It's going to be Vez in quite an awkward position. He does spot Athena crossing, but he decides to maintain his trigger discipline. Will be good for that kill, but in the end, I'm not quite sure why he did not TP back. Maybe Athena did break it, I'm not quite sure. But in the end, yeah, Vez good for one, but will get taken down immediately. So it's going to be a 3v3 on this post plant. XD do have the smokes to work with in the hands of Avi. And it's going to be the utility of both the breach and the sky as well. But once again, Athena will be good for that kill. Not missing any of these gunfights, but as I say that, Castiel will clean things up. It's going to be 9-2 in favor of Mistwalkers, and that was a forced buy coming in from the side of XD. So this should surely be a broken buy once again. Yeah, so far the attacks coming in from Mistwalkers have been spot on, just complementing each other perfectly. And once again, it might look like Athena is just, you know, just dashing into sight using those fast lanes and everything, but all of it is just, you know, complemented with the recons coming in from Castiels, the paranoia coming in from Phantom, and the utility of Tipsy Daddy as well. Once again, Phantom, to start things off, will take down the breach. It's going to be Baseblade once again, having to reposition given the fourth line coming in. But once again decides to push. It's going to be Athena to peek it, and the base plate will take him down. A 4v4 inside, Genshi good for one.
Spike down
Vez on the
A.
refrag, but quickly
One
taken
enemy
down
remaining.
by Phantom. Phantom will be good for a third, and a 1v2 on this post plant as Vortex does get spotted coming in from behind. So yeah, looking quite hard. His position is known, and Genshi holding this off angle should be good to take him down. The blinding light does go through, but no, there you go.
I am not
Genshi
cleaning this up.
will take down Vortex, making the scoreline 10-2.
Switching
Mistwalker is
sides.
quite a quick and quite an impressive first start from them. And just mind you, Athena hasn't actually been having much luck when it comes to the overdrive. Always base plate there to meet him as soon as she pops the ult. And yeah, Baseplate I think was the person to kill Athena every single time as soon as she popped the ult. But looking at the scoreboard, Phantom, quite an impressive lead here. 15 kills to his name. Quite impressive. We've seen him stepping up time and time again, and he does not miss a chance to shine in a game like this. Both teams are with those kills, but in the end, Mistwalker is just looking like the stronger team at the moment.
Too late.
But look at that Krishan, a nice one-tap there to take off Genshi, just peeking wide. And Athena has already pushed quite close, spots two players inside a window, will be good for one kill, but does Avi expect there to be more players on the defense? The guiding light will go through and Baseplate will take down Phantom. A perfect attack coming from them. A 5-2 and Baseplate by himself will put the spike down inside of C. The two remaining players are stuck in sewers, and they, I believe, will decide to flank the attack.
Right there.
Yes, it does look like it.
Blinding. Out of charges. Right there.
Krishan using everything in the book, trying to keep them at bay,
One enemy remaining.
and finally they will get taken down. No, just a few kills for Tipsy Daddy, but in the end, just unimpactful kills. Yes, indeed, Baseplate will finish the round. Scoreline 10-3, much needed rounds coming in from the side of Exalted Demons. And with the better guns in hand for this round, they should hopefully make it 10-4. Now, mind you, this is the map pick coming in from the side of WG, which means a win from them, which even though should be good, should not be unexpected, I would say. I mean, we have seen teams losing on their preferred map, but still, you'd expect them to win here. But the next map is, I think, what's going to be interesting, which is Fracture. The map pick coming in from Exalted Demons. But I'm getting ahead of myself, and it's going to be Genshi once again to peek from Garage, but this time manages to TP back with his life intact. A mid-focus push so far, but XD will make their way towards the C side as well. In comparison to how we've seen Mistwalkers play, especially on the attack half, Exalted Demons is taking their time to clear these angles, but as I say, that Genshi will be good for one, but Baseplate will take a bit too over curious so far. Just speaking in from Garage. Phantom smoking off mid. I mean, that was the Sky that fell from the side of Exalted Demons. Not the best agent to fall down, especially when you are yet to make your way in the side, but it's going to be Baseplate just clearing the site. Phantom taken down, and the smokes will go down as well as we head on into this post plant. It's going to be a 4v3. Wes by himself in behind will get concussed and will get taken down by Athena. Nothing he could do there. But it's going to be these ankles to clear. Baseplate tries to go through. The flash is coming in. Baseplate good for one, but Athena once again gets 2 kills of his own, and it's going to be Krishan left alone in this 1v2. It's going to be Spectres in both their hands, but the side of Mistwalker is extremely low, and indeed, Krishan good for one, and should be good for a second as well. And as time runs out, Genshi just being baited with the clock, and Krishan finally gets taken down, but the round already won for the side
Bonjour.
of
Bonjour.
Exalted Demons. 10-4 is the scoreline.
Quiet now. Quiet now. Quiet now. Quiet now. Quiet now.
Here.
And as we begin round number 15, it's going to be base plate with the Blade Storm in hand. Ooh, spots the server play there, but in the end,
Blocking sight.
yeah, missing those right clicks, and will get pushed back with only the classic in hand, but it's going to be Phantom chasing behind, will take down Krishan, and it's going to look like they're getting pinched
Spike
here as
down
Genji
A.
will also be good for one. But look at this, Athena already coming so close. He should be good for one kill. He does put
One
face plate, yes
enemy
indeed.
remaining.
Spot second, but it's going to be Genji for that kill. And Vez left alone in, so it's good for one, still good for second. But in the end, not enough bullets, not enough angles, positioning, and Castiel will take him down. It's going to be 11-4. So far, Mistwalkers have been a bit quite passive in their defensive half. I mean, given how aggressive they did play the first half, you would expect them to carry that same momentum into the second half, like we did see UG doing yesterday. But it was only the previous round that we saw them actually contest, push, and you know, you did see how close the team did get on the flank. But yeah, it is seeming to work out for them. And look at this once again, pushing through with the concuss, with the flashes, everything. Athena good for one kill, and will be putting the overdrive once again. I think that's actually the first skill she gets with the overdrive, but indeed good for that kill. A 5v3 already, and it's going to be Vez to put her down, making it a 3v3 base plate. Gets spotted, the recon's coming in. And yeah, these players just stuck here, still in spawn, as that was an amazing start there coming in from Athena. But as the dust settles, it should be a 3v3.
They are so dead.
Wes decides to pop the tour de force as they try to contest the C site, but waiting for them is going to be Phantom. The smoke's coming in.
Cover going out.
Thirty seconds
Primed
left.
and ready for this attack. Base plates. We're looking to dash in. The flashes come in.
Player
But
standing.
look at this, Phantom good for one, Genji good for a second, and through the smoke, Phantom will spam and will clear Vortex as well. Good hold coming in
Match
from the
point.
side of Exalted Demon, apologies, from the side of Mistwalkers. And that's going to set them up for match point. The scoreline is 12-4. And the Mistwalkers looking to end this on a high note. But yeah, I mean, just look at how Athena just started that round. That is the aggression that we talk about from their side. And perfect utility, the flashes to concuss everything coming in from the breach, from the breach, from Tipsy Daddy, and Athena just capitalizing on top of that. But look, this once again, it's going to be Athena pushing in from C long, alongside what's going to be Krishan that they are met with. But Genji, meanwhile, with the open hand, good for one kill there on the B window, already making it a 5v4. A lot of ground was covered there from the side of Mistwalkers, but the ground is once again given back to the attackers. At a loss of what to do at the moment. 2 players outside A main, 2 players in mid, and all of these angles. Look at how much ground WG has covered. Already 1 player in A long, 1 player in Swivers, and the recons, the shot cards, everything coming in. The Trailblazers should spot out Athena.
Shadows traveling.
But look at this, Krishan has actually managed to make his way into garage. He should maybe be able to jump to the window, but There is one player looking for it, and
30
yes, indeed,
seconds
Genji
left.
will take down a Vez. It's going to be a tough situation here. Genji will spot one player inside garage. But no, Krishan is good for one kill, and coming in, Vortex will equalize things as well. With 15 seconds left, it's going to be a 3v3 at the time. Not in favor of Exalted Demons at the moment,
10
and
seconds
hence
left.
they are required to dash into side. But look at that,
Last player
Athena on
standing.
long, good for one kill. The free flags do come in,
Spike planted.
making it a 1v2. Adi quite low in HP. It should be on the shoulders of Krishan to try and clutch this round, but both players make their way towards long. Phantom does have the smokes to work with. Should be able to tap it to half. Wait, is he actually going to stick this?
Clutch.
Ah, yes indeed.
Defenders win.
Quite an unfortunate end to quite an unfortunate match there. Well, Phantom, yeah, that's what you say. Pros do not fake. Phantom with smoke in hand will finally take down the spike as well. And I believe the scoreline was 13-4 that we saw there. An impressive match, quite a fast match actually, coming in from the side of WG, from the side of Mistwalkers. And that is the end to Haven, which was the pick coming in from Mistwalkers. But now we will head on into map number 2, which is Fracture. The map pick coming in from Exalted Demons. Hopefully, things will take a turn. Things will go in their favor. The scoreline was 13-4. WG ran away with that match, setting the pace on both the attack and the defense. Not what you want to see, especially in a game like this. But hey, up next, we have Fracture, as I mentioned previously. The map pick coming in from Exalted Demons, a map that we have not seen actually in both Division A and Division B yet. So it's going to be a first for Season 5. So I think with that said, we do have a few more minutes to get started. So we will see you on the other end, and let's head on into a small break. Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome back. And well, if you're just joining us, welcome to Logitech G Play to Win 2022. This is season 5, and you are joining with match number 3 of Division A, the game between Wolfgang Esports Mistwalkers versus Exalted Demon. So we already had map number 1, which was in Haven, and coming victorious was WG. The scoreline was 13-4 at the end of game number 1, and we head on into map number 2, which is Fracture. The map pick coming in from Exalted Demons with WG starting off on the attack. So let's see how things go. So in the previous game, it was Mistwalkers setting the pace on both the attack and the defense. Quite aggressive on either side of the map. So we will have to see how Exalted Demons will actually respect that and how they will counter it. But quite interestingly, it's going to be base plate actually playing the chamber. It's normally base plate that we see holding on to either the Reyna or the Jet, but this time it's going to be Vez, who is going to be the in-house race player for them, and base plate will be playing the chamber. Meanwhile, it's going to be the Viper pick coming in from them, quite unsurprisingly, and combining that with Krishan once again on the breach. Genshi, meanwhile, so from especially when it comes to a map like Fracture, what we normally see, it's going to
Select
be
your
the Viper
agent.
pick coming in as the controller. We might see a Killjoy being brought in, which would also make sense as to why we do see the Breach, but also the Breach pick is quite powerful on a map like this. And combining that with either a Sky as the initiator or even a Sova is quite interesting to see. From the side of WG, of course, we see a double controller lineup coming in. We have both the Viper as well as the Brimstone in the hands of Castiel, which will be interesting to see. But of course, yeah, they do not seem to have an initiator for this game, deciding to go with double controllers instead. So we'll have to see how it works for them in the long run. But meanwhile, it's going to be Exalted Demons starting off on the defense and Mistwalkers on the attack. And mind you, it was actually Mistwalkers who got to choose the attack or the defense, and they decided to select to start off on the attack half. So map number 1 was in favor of Mistwalkers. It was quite a quick game, an aggressive game coming in from them. So we will have to see if they bring that same momentum to this game as well, or if Exalted Demons will be able to meet them and match their pace and match their aggression. It's actually looking like an arcade push coming in from the side of Exalted Demons, or rather from the side of Mistwalkers. 3 players, apologies there, looking like an A main push, 3 players there, 1 player looking in from Dish. And already it's going to be the Viper making his way into the B side. We'll spot 1 player, but finally it's going to be Roshan taking him down, making it a 4v4. But look at this, Genshi with the fast lane coming in will make their way into the A side without any issues. It's going to be Castiel actually playing from drop, so he might be able to catch any players off guard as we do not have any flankers. And the spike will go down. Roshan was still in B and will finally make his way back as well. And it's going to be a 4v4 on this retake. The side of Mistwalkers are quite low in HP, 2 players to be in fact. But Genshi will take the advantage, the frenzy in hand will make it a 4v3. Vortex will spot these 2 players, unable to land any kills, but Tipsy will get taken down, but Genshi goes for a third. It's going to be Phantom coming in from behind, TPing back, and Roshan makes it into the side, but no, Genshi and Phantom will clean things up. Quite impressive round there from Genshi. Once again to start things off. It was Athena that we saw last game playing the Neon. Athena is absent for map number 2. But it's going to be Genshi still on the Neon, showing how valuable and how impressive an agent like Neon is on these big maps. But yeah, that is the first round in favor of Mistwalkers, and it will be the Spectres and those full shields to complement this round. Once again, looking like a B push, but an A push rather, and the base plate. Did see the player there for Castile doing a bit of damage, but base plate will TP back into the spawn. And the Wipers all coming in will make it a free entry for them. That's going to be 5v5 on this retake, but scratch that. Trades go through, and it will be a 4v4. This is something that we saw from Exalted Demons last game as well, trying to play those retakes in their defensive half. It didn't work out for them, and Genji once again picking apart this defense. Good for 2 kills, and Castile a kill of his own. And just like that, it's going to be the Viper to end the round. It was the save round coming in from the side of Exalted Demons, mind you, but still quite an aggressive push, and already, I mean, once again, within the first few seconds, the spike had already gone down. The question is playing for the retake the best option for a game like this? We did see them doing it the last game as well, but it didn't go exactly in their favor.
Right there.
So yeah, maybe they might need to rethink how it goes. But once again, it's going to be Genji just dashing through all of those utility. Will already make his way quite close to the site where there is going to be 2 players playing inside. So something that he will have to deal with, but no, once again, Genji will take him down. It's going to be the Viper getting taken down as Vortex peeks through from rope and following in with those shock darts, but does not land on Genji. He is quite safe here, and it's going to be a 3v3. And mind you, Roshan has taken a bit of damage here, or rather a lot of damage. And it's going to be a tough retake once again for their side.
Take this. Go, go, go.
They do have the paint shells, the boombots to work with for this retake in the hands of Vez. Or apologies, only the satchels in hand. But as the brim smokes do clear up, Genji trying to wallbang through the wall, but does not connect. Castile, meanwhile, the Spectre in hand, good for 1 kill. Castile will get taken down eventually by Roshan.
1 enemy remaining.
2v2. Vez, good for 1 kill. Satcheling back to safety as the blinds do come in. It's going to be a 1v2, and the smokes will clear him as well. The aftershock by Tipsy Daddy. But look at that. Wes is good for half. But as the clock ticks down, there you go. 2 seconds left, and Vez will hold on to this fight. A good run coming in from them. And once again, that was their buy round. This is more or less exactly what we saw the first game as well. And 2 players alive, or left alive again at the end of round number 3. So it's going to be a bit of a broken buy here coming in from their side, and it should be a bit more bountiful in the hands of Mistwalkers, as Genji does have the overdrive to work with as well. So hopefully we will be seeing that prepped from him. And yeah, the recon getting intels. 2 players spotted in a main. Basefit once again that gets tagged a bit. Roshan good for 1 base plate with a kill of his own. And it's going to be Genji getting tagged from behind. Spots Vez, but no, Vez will take him down eventually. And it's going to be Exalted Demons coming up on top for this round in a 4v2. But no, it's going to be Tipsy Daddy. Good for 1 kill. And Krishan is quite low on HP as well. It is still a winnable round here for the side of Mistwalkers.
Scanning ahead.
1 enemy remaining.
But no, Roshan coming in on the flank, good for 1 kill. Tipsy Daddy spots the third, will take him down. A 1v2 on this retake. Roshan will eventually take down Tipsy Daddy. He did get a headshot there, but the Spectre not doing enough damage for the kill. And Exalted Demons will make it a 2-2. Looking much more comfy here on their own map. I mean, on the map that they selected compared to how they fared on Haven. Quite having good set plays for the retakes, playing together. The flanks coming in on good time, and yeah.
Shock dart.
To start things off, once again, Baseblade taking a lot of damage, but manages to somehow make it back into the site. And already it's going to be Genshi using the fast track to make it into site. Kushan, unfortunate timing, but no, he manages to turn back in time and gets the kill. The Sheriff in hand of Castile not doing enough damage there. It is, of course, a save round coming in from them, but the spike will get planted for A main, as Kushan will also get taken down. The tour de force in hands of Phantom does not miss. So it's going to be a 4v4. And mind you, the Rolling Thunder to work with as well for the side of Mistwalkers. And peeking through with the tour de force, but finally the Viper good for one. The Viper's pit does come in, but Genshi will get taken down. Base plate good for second. The blinds coming in. Kills going left, right, and center. Base plate left alone. Will get pushed back, and the Tipsy Daddy will finally take him down. A good use of utility there coming from their side. But unfortunately, I believe Roshan did get picked off. He did use the Viper's pit in that moment, but Genshi was in position to take him down before he could do too much damage. Which means that, yeah, Roshan is going to be reset on those out points. Will need to build up back to the Viper's pit. But they do have the showstopper in the hands of Vez and the tour de force in the hands of Baseblade, who has been quite aggressive these past few rounds, and hopefully with the tour de force in hand, it might be the difference that he needs to get those kills before he TPs back to safety. The wall will go towards the B side, and the Rolling Thunder, as well as the orbital strike, will be good to clear down. But look at this base plate to start things off strong. Good enough to take down Genshi, but the reflex coming in. Roshan running and gunning inside of B main will take down one player, but Tipsy Daddy will be present for the refrag. Once again coming in on the flank.
One enemy remaining.
There will be one player, but will get further down, and Castiel will clean things up, making the scoreline 4-2. Mistwalkers in the lead once again. Good use of utility overall coming in from both sides, but Mistwalkers just the synchrony here in play seems quite unparalleled given what we've seen so far. Yeah, it's been once again early aggressions. Genshi just dashing into side, just matching Athena on the face there, as you know, quite similar to the last game. It's going to be Roshan playing inside, but Genshi actually does not spot him there, but will spot one player, will take him down. That was Baseblade coming back into side. Wes, meanwhile, good for a pick of his own, but still Roshan is left unknown and unfound here, and he spots Genshi. Yes, he does. Will finally take him down, making it a 3v4 in favor of Exalted Demons. The Viper does have the Viper's pit to work with if he does manage to make it into side, if he does manage to invest it, but he will have to deal with Roshan in the first place. A nice wall there, just making a cubby for himself inside of a hell.
Right here.
And Castiel drops down, but will immediately get taken down. Roshan good for a second kill as well, or a third kill. And a good round coming in from them. Roshan playing it perfectly. His positioning was amazing, and the trigger discipline coming in from his will as well to let Genshi feel that he was safe playing inside of a main. And yeah, good positioning from Roshan overall, and he will put a third round on the board for the side of Exalted Demons.
Teleport's ready. They found my trap.
Welcome to my world.
Once again, Baseplate coming on the flank,
Down
good for
A.
one, will get taken down by Genshi, so it's going to be the Viper's pit being used this time. And the molly's coming in from Castiel as well to hold the defenders at bay. And in this chaos, the spike will finally go down, Genji holding onto A main. As Krishan looks to peek through, and there we go, the flank coming in gets cut down immediately by Genji holding onto A main. Looking like a tough retake. They do have the Viper's bit to deal with, they do have the mollies, and it's going to be Castiel playing on top, and yes indeed, he is good for one. And it's going to be the Viper cleaning things up. Didn't even need the Viper's bit to get those kills. And on top of his Haven, will get those last 2 picks, making the scoreline 5-3. I mean, the first thing to note is that this game is seemingly far more close than the previous game was. I believe the first half, the last game was 10-2, and already Exalted Demons are doing much better there. The gunfights more precise, the refrags, the set plays coming in better than the last game. But once again, it's going to be an A push, a hard push coming in from the side of WG. Vortex trapping with the recon, but already too late as the fast track once again makes it through, and Genji will make it into sight. But look at this, Vez, Stinger in hand, good for 1 kill, but finally gets taken down. But the damage is done. That is Tipsy Daddy falling. That is the smokes, the Brim smokes. But they are already in play. The Hunter Shuri getting popped from Vortex does damage towards Genshi, and unfortunately he cannot dodge to the 3rd time, and Roshan on the flank will be good for a kill of his own. And indeed, Viper couldn't do anything about it. 4 players coming in from 4 angles, and unfortunately peaked the wrong angle in the wrong time. Will get taken down, and the scoreline is 5-4. Exalted Demons in the game, just 1 point behind, and making it work somehow. Looking at the scoreboard, of course, they do have the Viper's Pit once again in the hands of Roshan, as well as the Rolling Thunder prepped by Krishan. So a lot of utility to work with, especially for a post plant on a retake. But mind you, we do have the Orbital Strike, the Overdrive, as well as the Rolling Thunder in the side of Mistwalkers as well. Perfect utility to make their way into your site and even on a post plant. And as I say that, the Orbital Strike will get used, doing a lot of damage to Krishan in the process of making it their way into the site. And it's going to be a 5v5 once again on this post plant situation. But the players, all of the players from WG have just left towards A main, no one playing in sight. And it's going to be the Aftershock coming in to clear 1 player, and Phantom also good for 1. Kills going in favor of WG. Phantom good for another, and Tipsy Daddy will finish the round with the final kill on Roshan, making the scoreline 6-4. They were aware that there was a lot of utility in the hands of Exalted Demons for that round, and hence they decided to push back into A main. And the Vipers were actually going against them in that time for the side of Exalted Demons, because the Roaring Thunder did come in, but since the wall was up, they couldn't peek with it to get, I don't know, maybe a few picks there. And in the end, a good use of utility, only using the Orbital Strike there, if I'm not mistaken. No, apologies, and the Rolling Thunder as well. But it's also going to be the tour de force in the hands of Phantom. And with back-to-back losses, meanwhile though, Vaz going strong, good for 1 kill. And Vortex will be good for the refrag, and Phantom a kill of his own. But quickly, things turning tide back once again, already a 2v2. Things were looking in favor of Exalted Demons. But once again, it seems like Mistwalkers were able to somehow pull things back, and a 2v2 in a post plant. Apologies, the spike is yet to go down.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
And finally, it will get taken down. But no, it's going to be Vez good for 1, and Krishan coming in from A main. The utility once again perfect. And they will clear the site without any issues.
Last round in the half.
So far, uh, it's going to be Roshan for the
You
side
want
of
to
Exalted
play?
Demons
Let's play.
with those kills,
Almost
playing
ready.
it perfectly. But so far, it's been quite a close game, and as we head on into the last round of the first half, Mistwalkers
There.
only 1 point ahead, so Exalted Demons
Toxin
could make it
screen
an even
down.
half as we head on into the second half, or it could be 7-5, but still quite a close game. And mind you, for this last round, both sides do have the tour de force to work with, and already both Baseplate and Phantom have decided to use that. Castiel will get spotted as he does trigger the trademark, and Vortex with the drone, just to confirm that. But after quite some time, it's going to be a B push coming in from the side of Mistwalkers, and to start things off, the wiper good for one, and already, but no, looking the wrong side there, and Krishan good for one, good for a second kill. Perfect timing, perfect positioning, and it's going to be the spike drop. Krishan's for the third player coming in from top, but finally Castiel will take him down. Tipsy Daddy, a kill of his own, evening things out once again at 2v2. The spike could be recovered, yes indeed.
Left.
It should get picked up, and there's going to be Baseplate coming in all the way from Canteen, but timing once again in favor of Tipsy Daddy as he makes it into the cubby, and it's going to be the spike done. And in the post plant, one player playing cubby, one player playing bottom arcade should be able to get something off on the cross, but he makes it onto ropes just in time.
Remaining.
Vortex gets concussed, Baseplate good for one kill. Phantom with the refrag. It's going to be Baseplate versus Phantom, the two chambers. The tour de force is in hand. Baseplate.
Excuse me, I'm working.
One amazing. Phantom just peeking through, thinking that Baseplate was on the defuse, but no. Baseplate just tapping it, faking it, and will get the spike down. So it's going to be 6-6 as we head on
Switching
into
sides.
the second half. Yeah, so far quite an even game
That's a good spot.
compared to how the first game on Haven went. XD, Exalted Demons just looking quite comfortable on this map. And yeah, the scoreline does reflect it as well. Both Roshan and Vez already on double digits, looking quite strong. The utility usage was perfect from every single player on both these sides. And yeah, quite a close game as we head on into the first round of the second half. Once again, it's going to be a technical pause getting called in from one side, as the wiper for the side of Mistwalkers has unfortunately disconnected. So just give it a few more minutes and hopefully we should be back on track. But speaking of track, just to give you a brief roadmap of how this evening will unfold. If this does go into map number 3, we will be seeing the third map, which is going to be Bind. And afterwards, we will be heading on into the last game of these quarterfinals as well. So we had 3 games. With this, it was 3 games yesterday. It was with Masters and Union Gaming making it into the semifinals. And after this game, at 11 p.m., we should have apologies, we should have game number 4, which will be the game between Team Craze and Revolutionary Gamers. Team Craze, we saw them play previously on Division B. We are yet to see Revolutionary Gamers playing for Season 5, so it should be a good game as well. And let us see how this game unfolds as we head on into round number 13, the first round of the second half. But once again, these technical difficulties do come in from time to time, so please do bear with us. And we are back. The players have reconnected, and we will
What's
start
up?
the second
What's up?
half of the
What's
second
up?
map, which is Fracture.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
And look at this. It looks like once
I'm
again
out of
Genshi
here.
is prepping
Suck
to
it.
push in from B main. Yes, indeed. The stim beacon's coming in. Everything in place for Genshi to push through, but does he check the corner? No, he does not. And indeed, it's going to be Roshan, good for 1 kill. But meanwhile, the Viper from the side of Mistwalkers should be good for 1 kill of his own. But Roshan, once again, good for a second, already making it a 3v4. Mistwalkers once again quite aggressive on the Fracture defense as well. Exactly the same as we saw in the first game, which was Haven. But the recon's coming in, and Tipsy will get pushed back, but to free frag him, it's going to be Phantom, quickly making it a 3v3. A nice shot there coming in from him. And it's going to be 2 players coming in. The spike, I believe, is in the hands of Vortex, who is in a tough situation. It's going to be quite hard for him to make his way back into the site. But look at this, Krishan pushing closely will get the first skill. And it's going to be Phantom left alone. A shorty in hand, not the ideal weapon for this situation. But the question is, does he check the corner? Does he make it a 1v2? Or will he fall? And the answer is, he does miss his shot. So Krishan is good enough to fall back in a post plant. And Phantom will manage to pick up the classic, but as the time dwindles, it's a tough 1v3 for him. He spots 1 player, but no base plate. The ghost in hand will take him down and make it a 7-6. Exalted Demons once again the first pistol round in the second half to make it 7-6, and that means the extra creds, the Spectres, the armors in their side to hopefully make it an 8-6. It was Genshi just running and gunning through, coming in from B main. But unfortunately, it was Roshan who was hiding there in the corner. And good for 2 picks. It was something that was overlooked from Genshi and Roshan. Playing his cards perfectly. 2 quick and easy kills for him. And that is 7-6 for the side of Exalted Demons. But once again, it's going to be Phantom playing on drop. Spots 1 player, but no, dashes back, rather comes back, but he did take a lot of damage from the gunfire. But Roshan lining up 2 is good to make it a 5v3 already. And where's the kill of his own? And Roshan, the Spectre in hand, no, Castiel will finally take him down, but it's going to be him on very low HP and Genshi versus the world here. But a frenzy in hand, but no, already taking a lot of damage and deciding to fall back. But he should, yeah, there you go, making his way back through the ropes. Quickly repositioning himself, but the trademark will make his presence known to the side of Exalted Demons, and yes, he will get taken down. And the scoreline is 8-6 in favor of Exalted Demons, but this is going to be the first rifle round. The first, full buy coming in from the side of Mistwalkers, so should be able to maybe change things, but once again, Genshi, the early on aggression, trying to make his way towards hell, and Phantom, meanwhile, inside of A main, is good for 1 kill, but finally gets spotted by Roshan. The judge in hand is good for 2 kills, and yeah. Base pit also doing a lot of damage to the player. I think that was Genshi coming in from the B site, and rifles recovered, I assume, in the hands of Exalted Demons as they prep their entry towards A main, but it's going to be Tipsy that the first player they meet. Baseplate, meanwhile, getting off Genshi, and Roshan, with all of those kills, manages to set up his Viper's pit inside of A. But yet to make it into sight, but Tipsy Daddy, perfect positioning will take down Roshan, nip it in the bud before he even makes it into sight. But meanwhile, the spike is rotated back towards B once again, and Baseplate holding on to this forward position. A nice angle there, and the TP is in position as well. So he should be able to be good for one and TP back, and there you go. Does miss the kill, but does manage to come back with his life intact. So it's going to be a 2v2 in this post plant. Smoke's base played off for the time being, but it's going to be Vortex with the Spectre in hand. So how do they play it? Tipsy Daddy good for one kill. Baseplate was not ready for that, and the 1v2 and Cassiel will take him down as well. A costly round for the side of Mistwalkers, but it's going to be round one nonetheless. Losing 3 rifles in the process would mean that they wouldn't have a bit of a broken by here coming in from the 3 players. But yeah.
Hesitation is commensurate to negligence. Protocol. A Centuria. This unit complies with Protocol 781A. Routine inspections required.
And we prep for round number 16 as Exalted Demons once again focusing on a bit of a split push, but it's going to be 2 players coming in from Arcade as well. So giving priority to this B push.
Teleport's ready.
Meanwhile, it's going to be Genji once again coming in, creeping in behind, will take down Roshan. That is a huge pick. That is the wiper from the side of Exalted Demons falling really early. And yeah, Phantom, good for a kill of his own. Phantom good for a second, already making it a 5v3 coming in from behind. Leaving Vez and Vortex alone in this 5v2. I believe their positions are known. So will they be able to get anything out of it? That is a question.
Thirty seconds left.
Phantom should be able to spot them if they decide to overextend just a little bit more. But I assume they will save this round with the rifles intact, but Phantom does not want that to happen, deciding to push in close. Vortex good for 1 kill, and it's going to be Castiel to end things up as Vez will finally get taken down. The scoreline is 8-8. Mistwalker is finally managing to equalize things, and also Castiel with the orbital strike and Phantom prepping the tour de force as well. 2 really good utilities, especially for a retake on a map like Fracture, with the orbital strike in hand. So quite a close game, quite a close scoreline, and still anyone's game, depending on how these next rounds do go. But once again, there you go, Phantom, the tour de force in hand, will be in perfect position to take down a Vez, and another bullet on the drone as well. But look at this baseplate. Finally Castiel missing those shots, and baseplate does not miss, and he will make it a 3v2. Genshi was good for a few picks there as well, but it will be the spike rotated towards the B side Arcade.
Here.
Baseplate does have the tour de force to work with if he decides to use it, but for now looking perfect, and overextended once again. Krishan will be good for the kill. Mistwalkers is handing them easy free kills on a silver platter, and they do not miss. It's going to be a 2v2 with 40 seconds left as they try to make their way into the A side. It's going to be Phantom, the first player, the closest player, but he is has set his focus on different plays, but no, baseplate is unaware, and Phantom quite an easy kill, and it's going to be the breach left alone. It's going to be Krishan And Phantom just TPs back, repositions, and is good for the third kill as well. The tour de force bringing in a lot of value in that round. And that will make the scoreline 9-8. Mistwalkers finally edging
You want to play? Let's
ahead
play.
after quite some time.
I have the spike.
But they do have a lot of utility to work with, and Baseplate will finally decide to pop his tour de force as well. And there you go, Baseplate finally takes on Phantom. Phantom just a bit too curious and will lose his life. And Vez, meanwhile, will take down the Viper as well, and Genshi, a good for a killer zone, but Vortex on the refrag. It's going to be a 4v2 on this retake, but unfortunate positioning from Roshan and Tipsy Daddy will edge things in their favor a bit more. A 3v2, they do have the Rolling Thunder to work with, but he is extremely low on HP, so he might decide to save it for next round, but Vortex gets cut down, and there you go, Baseplate left alone. Apologies, it was Tipsy Daddy left alone, and Krishan will take him down as well, making it a 9-9. Quite a close game, back and forth rounds. Both teams quickly going on top of each other, and the game is still in anyone's hand. But yeah, Baseplate once again went absolutely huge with the tour de force in hand, which had a lot of impact for that round. But now, with the absence of it, Mistwalkers could have a fighting chance, especially with the Viper's bit in the hands, as well as the Breach utility as well. And as I say that, the Viper's bit will get invested into a main. So it's going to be Exalted Demons rotating back towards the B site, and the Vortex taking a lot of damage in the process. But there you go, Roshan, good for one kill. That is Baseplate. Apologies, that is Wes taken off the board. Once again, with those quick refrags, it becomes a 4v4. So far, the blunt of the attack is focusing on this B main side.
Thirty seconds left. Killed.
30 seconds left, no position gained, but meanwhile Kenshi has already pushed in towards the defender spawn, good for 2 kills, and Vortex will take him down. But with 18 or rather 15 seconds left, it's going to be a really tough attack for them. Baseplate tries to push into side, but it's going to be a tough plan for them.
Player standing.
And as I say that, Tipsy Daddy will take him down, and Cassiel through the smoke, running in his Vortex, not enough time to do anything about it, and it's going to be an easy kill for Castiel to make it a 10-9.
I need a drop.
Tack, tack.
Hold it up.
We head on into round number 20. Vez does have the showstopper to work with, but I assume it is the save round coming in from the side of Exalted Demons, but Genshi taking a lot of damage there. The paint shells will get used. Vez good to take down Genshi, but the refrags come in and it's going to be a 3v4 in favor of Exalted Demons as the dust settles. But Castiel once again good to take down Baseplate. It's going to even the odds, going to make it a 3v3 But it's going to be the Viper still playing inside of A main, unchecked, but Roshan peeking through the smoke will take down Phantom. The operator in hand spots a second player. But look at this, still unchecked inside is going to be the Viper, good for 2 picks and quickly turns the tables. Vortex left alone, but he does have the spike in hand, should be able to rotate, take it towards B main.
30 seconds left.
Cassil should hear the spike going down.
Spike planted.
And yes, indeed, now they make their way towards the B side. Vortex only has a Spectre to work with, but both these players have been tagged, so if he does manage to isolate these gunfights, he should be able to get something out of it, and the recon will alert his position. So it's going to be the smokes coming in, and there you go. Through the smokes, Viper will take him down. It's going to be a 3k coming in from him, and the scoreline is 11-9 in favor of Mistwalkers. It was a half buy, a broken buy coming in from the side of Exalted Demons. I am not sure if that was a forced buy, if that was a save round. Okay, no, it was a save round. So yeah, they do have the credits to buy the rifles for this round on either side. And speaking of the ultimates as well, there's still with the unused showstopper, and alongside that it's going to be Roshan with the Viper's bit. And there's 3 ults loaded on the side of Mistwalkers as well. The orbital strike is something that these guys will need to be considerate about, as it will throw quite a big wrench into the plan of the attackers. But it's going to be Vez finally using that showstopper, but unfortunately no one is anywhere near to contest them. And also the Viper's bit will get used, a lot of utility being used there to try and get the spike down. We could see the orbital strike being used, yes indeed, but no, it's going to be them ready for it. Roshan will take down the Viper, and Krishan will take down Genji as well, making it a forward 3, and finally the spike will get planted. Tipsy Daddy does have the Rolling Thunder in his back pocket if he decides to use it. But with the Viper's bit being used and with the judges in the hands of Roshan as well, it's going to be quite a gamble, and through the smoke it's going to be Vez good for 1 kill. Phantom coming in from A main does manage to tag one player playing in Hell, but Roshan once again the judge, an absolute beast in these short range gunfights. And it's going to be Phantom. Should try his luck through the smoke if he decides to push into it. But Vortex is there right around the corner and will take him down, making it 11-10. Exalted Demons just 1 point away from them, and the Mistwalkers also just 2 points away from ending this game. So it's still anyone's game looking at how things are going. But a lot of utility was invested there from both sides. The Vipers with the showstopper to get control of the site, which means that Exalted Demons was relying heavily on those utility to clear the way for them. And now with the absence of everything, expect the Rolling Thunder on either side. It's going to be quite difficult on both the attack as well as the post plant. But for now, it looks like it should be a B push coming in again, but it's going to be base played by himself coming in from arcade.
Teleport's ready.
He gets pushed immediately, but no, Genji coming in behind him. Good for 1 kill, but base plate will take him down, but it's going to be Tipsy Daddy coming in on the other side with all the utility in hand. Should take him down, a free kill for him. But meanwhile, look at that. Phantom, a nice shot there with the Headhunter hunting heads every day, all day. And the spike should go down. Krishan deciding to stick it even though players were picking him from top, and Tipsy Daddy will invest the Rolling Thunder as well, and it's going to be an easy kill for him. And yeah, cleaning things up. A good round there from Mistwalkers, and that should set them up perfectly for this match point. The scoreline is 12-10 in favor of Mistwalkers, 1 round away from calling it a game, from winning not only this map, but from winning this game as well, which should send them to the semi-finals. But Exalted Demons only 2 rounds away from taking it to map number 3. But I do wonder if they do have the credits in hand to actually buy rifles for this round. yeah, so it's going to be a bit of a force broken by coming from them. We do spot uh, a
That
Bulldog
works.
and a Spectre, a few half shields to boot as well. But it is still 3 rifles and a Rolling Thunder to work with for the side of Exalted Demons, so should be able to make something out of it. Genji once again capitalizing on these better guns, trying to push forward, trying to make space, trying to nip this attack at the bud. I mean, the Viper's wall is set towards A main as well, so it makes sense, but look at this base plate once again. He was the lurker for the side of Exalted Demons, managing to get a lot of value with these past few rounds. So he should be able to wrap around these defenders, come back around them into the spawn. Yes, indeed, that is his play. Should be able to catch these defenders off guard. Yes, he does. Base plate will take down the Viper, but it's going to be Phantom, the Dodo Force in hand, to take him down. Genshi, meanwhile, will take down Roshan as well inside of
Scanning
A.
ahead.
And base plate quite low on HP. It's going to be a really tough situation for them here. A 3v4. The spike is yet to go down, but base plate good for a second kill.
You want to
Vortex
play? Let's
will
play.
take down Genshi as well, and just like that, it becomes a 3v2 in
30
favor
seconds left.
of Exalted Demons. But
One
base plate
enemy
really
remains.
low, but no, managing to get a third kill there, even although he is on a sliver of HP. Mistwalkers, it's going to be Phantom left alone in a 1v3. He does have the gun, he does have the tour de force as well. But with too many angles to check, it's going to be quite hard for him to beat the clock as well. And no one speaking ever so disciplined is the side of Exalted Demons.
Au revoir, Phil.
Finally,
One
Baseplate
enemy
gets taken
remains.
down.
Three.
Phantom good for a second kill. What a
is
flick
less
coming in
than
from him to end the round, but does he have enough time? That is the question.
Clutch.
And yes, he does. What
Defenders
a
win.
clutch coming in
Did you see
from
their faces?
Phantom
Sorry, I
to
should not.
end the game, and that is Mistwalkers walking away with map number 2. 13-10 is the scoreline at the end of the game. Phantom, an amazing 3k at the end to clutch the round, to finish the game, and it's going to be a 2-0 victory in favor of WG Mistwalkers as they head on into the semi-finals, which will be played tomorrow. So that is the end of game number 3. Up next, we have game number 4 between Team Craze and Revolutionary Gamers starting at 11 p.m. So do stay tuned for that, and we will be back with game number 4 in just half an hour. So do stay tuned. But for now, that is all. We will see you then. So until then, take care and have an amazing night.